I'm just testing. You guys don't have to join. I'm not doing the full live stream. I'm just trying to figure this out. Following troubleshooting I saw online. But the thing is I have to be streaming to be able to see like if the GPU is having issues or whatever. So I'm not full Sunday night live streams canceled. I did an hour. Because my stream is not working, Gabriel. All right. Yeah, my GPU is fine. GPU utilization is up to like 23%. But see, now it's showing no issues. Like now it's excellent condition. So, how do I troubleshoot when now it's fine? Other than the camera focusing. It's so frustrating because it just happened out of nowhere. And for an hour, it was fine. And then all of a sudden, it's not fine. What am I supposed to do? Wi-Fi is looking all right. The thing is, it was saying the Wi-Fi was fine. So like, I don't know if that's because I don't know. Like I think the problem was with the OBS because that's where I was showing the drop frames. So I don't think it was the connection. Yeah, nah, the connection looks fine. GPU looks fine. What am I supposed to do? You know? What am I supposed to do as a man when this pops up? Um, I just kind of want to see if it starts dropping again. Oh yeah, it looks fine. I don't. Damn. So I'll talk about. I'm gonna try to do Ricky's celebration of life video. I'm gonna try to have it out this week, and then I'll talk about the celebration of life on the live stream after. Because I want to talk about it. Obviously, it's something that's meaningful. I want to talk about it without the stream acting stupid. Um, ugh. Iowa has bad corn. I'm trying to see if there's any like GPU spikes, but it's fine. Utilization's at 18%. Are you shooting on a different camera? Looks heaps sharp compared to normal. No, it's the same camera, but I had to redo all the settings. Does it look better? Because I thought it looked worse, but the thing is right now it's like very like do you see it's very dark, like the blacks are very dark, so I've been messing with the settings. But nah, it's the same camera. But yeah, cuz I had to rebuild my computer basically, reinstall everything last week, so all my settings were gone, so I had to like with I use OBS to stream, so like I had to redo all my settings for OBS, redo a scene, all that. Um I did change the output a little bit before this, so I don't know if that's why it's performing better now. It's just annoying, man. I don't know. It needs to stop focusing though. Hold on, where's my configure video? Alright, stop focusing. Is that focused? That looks focused, right? Keep it there. Was it? I feel like it was more like this before, but now it's like very dark where it's dark. I don't know. Gain? What does gain do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Now it's acting fine. So maybe a little contrasty, but looks heaps sharper than normal. I guess that's a good thing. Sub Jesus. I'm just testing. You guys don't have to hang around. I'm just trying to see. My stream died earlier. I'm trying to figure out why. Now everything looks fine. Can't figure out why. While you're here though, um, I was gonna say this on the official stream, but me and Gamer Athletics are official vendors at Fans Fest 2025, March 1st at Raimondi Park. We're gonna have some goodies. Um, Check out Gamer Athletics on Instagram. You can put in pre-orders for your Oakland Ballers shirts. The Billy Joe Armstrong shirt. Billy B's, I think he's calling it. But put in your pre-orders for these so that you can pick them up at Fans Fest. He, like it says, it should say here, yeah, we'll only have limited amount of t-shirts available at Fans Fest. So if you don't put in a pre-order, there's no guarantee that he'll have your size. This is because we're small potatoes, right? We're small potatoes, so we can't put in giant orders of stuff. And just if you're hanging out on this testing, I was gonna say on the official stream, but hopefully I will have some variety pins available at Fans Fest. We're hoping they come in on time. And I have some other goodies that aren't announced yet because I'm getting some samples and I just want to make sure the samples are proper before I commit to having them at Fans Fest. But hopefully I have 2 t-shirts also that will be available at Fans Fest. I won't be doing pre-orders. It'll just be limited numbers available at Fans Fest. So yeah, get your Billy B shirts, maybe some variety pins. And Gabriel might have another special pin for you guys. Hopefully, again, we can't confirm until we know we'll get the pins in time. But yeah. So Fans Fest, March 1st, we'll be there. I've been dealing with, some money issues, but those I shall be good to go soon. And we'll be able to ship everyone's giveaways, ship out pins, ship out shirts. Everything will be good in just a couple weeks. And that's it. I don't know. Everything looks good now, so I don't really know what I can. Huh. The Wi-Fi just spiked. But that could have been. Oh, because my Dropbox turned on. That's why. Memory's good. CPU's good. GPU's good. Everything's good. There's no reason. There's no reason the stream should have died. So I don't know. Everyone go get your shirts though. Okay. A little more grainy before. Maybe you had the ISO higher. Yeah, this. I don't know. I turned it down a little bit. I turned down the brightness and the contrast. But I don't know. I mean, it's pretty dark here. But, because of the limited bit rate or whatever, obviously like Johnny Cueto, you can barely see him, right? You can barely see. Oh no, Sharky's not here. It's just really dark. It would be nice if you could see this stuff more. Not that it really matters. And I'm thinking about fixing up this side. This side is not. It's just a mess. So I always envisioned this this shelf being my background, but obviously I haven't really fixed it up. I just threw stuff on it. I wanted to actually make it nice, and I installed these jeweler lights and all that, right? Where'd the jeweler lights go? These jeweler lights, and you can move them and stuff. So I installed all those to try to make it cool. So that I always envisioned that as my background, but now I'm wondering if I should, since it's weird that I'm usually on this side of the screen but looking off, it should be I'm on that side of the screen, right? So I'm thinking about moving it more like this and putting the chat and whatnot down here. But then, obviously there's a lot of blank space that I want to add to. So I don't know. I might change it up at some point. But we'll see. But for now, I'll leave it more like this. But I don't know. Stream looks fine. Still no spikes on the GPU. It all looks fine. I don't know. This is the MAGA Super Bowl? Is it? In what way? I'm just sitting here waiting to see if anything spikes, that's all. This is not the official Sunday Night Live stream. This is just me testing. Maybe I'll do a special stream this week on one of the weeknights to go through all the stuff I was going to go through. Or I'll just wait till next Sunday. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What I do know is get your pre-orders in with Gamer Athletics for the Billy B's shirt. I got to get my pre-order in, actually. Missouri and I forgot Pennsylvania went Trump. Wow. I was going to talk about that too. All the safety standards falling apart. I'm really worried because on the peninsula where I'm from, between San Francisco, San Jose, there's a little airport called Hiller Airport in San Carlos. And apparently their air traffic control tower is going to be without staff because of Trump. Because he wouldn't extend their contracts or whatever it was he did. And then he's not allowing the FAA to backfill those positions. So the whole peninsula is going to be in danger because of this moron. And look, I try to keep politics or like my opinions out of a lot of stuff because I want this channel to be inclusive, like I always say. And it is. If you voted differently, you feel differently, I don't, it's fine. You're still welcome. Just be respectful. I'll be respectful. We can have differences of opinion. That's fine. I think Trump is the absolute worst. And it's not because I've been brainwashed. It's because I've watched him and what he does specifically, directly. Nobody's telling me what to think about him. Okay? I've seen what he says. I've heard his own words. I've read the things he signed. I've read the executive orders myself. Nobody had to interpret them to brainwash me into hating him. Like, conservatives in general, I disagree with, but I don't hate. Like, there was a reality where I could have voted for John McCain. I voted Obama in 2008. Proudly, gladly, still happy with that vote. But if it was someone else, not Obama, maybe I would have voted John McCain. That's a possibility. This is not to me, not a Republican, Democrat, left-wing, right-wing. This is just overall respect, overall a good country or a bad country, fascism versus like a social democracy is what I want. So whoa. And I know I'm saying that on the testing stream, but I was gonna say that on the main stream just to get it out there. Um, I think Trump is a fascist. I think he only cares about himself, and nobody taught me to think this. Actually, I've hated Trump since way before the presidential thing. I hated him when I was a kid. I used to watch Entertainment Tonight, and they would be talking about him and Ivana Trump and stuff, and I was like, man, this guy's the worst. So if we could get some sane Republicans to run for office, that would be nice. Did the software need to get updated? Nah, the software is up to date. Everything's up to date. I really had to reinstall Windows and everything this last week. Everything's up to date. Just my settings, I had to redo everything. And I don't know, I changed a few settings here and there, but nothing crazy. Sorry to get a little political. Did you? Oh, yeah, you kind of did. No, it's fine. Alright, it's fine. I don't get why Jimmy is so mad at the Heat. I'm glad Jimmy Butler is not coming to the Warriors, by the way. Richard, I don't know what you're talking about. I saw it. Look, Richard, we've already talked about it. Don't pretend to be someone else and you won't get banned. He thinks the government is too big until he's the only one running it. I mean, it's all lies. He's a fascist. He only cares about himself. He wants to be a dictator. Same with Elon. They're all absolute trash, you know. And I've always been left-leaning. So, you know, that's always been my side. I'm not a registered Democrat. I never will be. But when it came to Republicans, right wing, it was something I could debate, or like, you know, just a difference of opinion, a difference of like how to make the country better. And now it's not. It's like literally just fascism versus claiming that liberals want to eat babies and make everyone trans or whatever, you know, demon du jour they have. And that's all a distraction. That's all a distraction. Trans people is a tiny percentage of the population. So even if you hate them or think they're weird, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, just you go ahead and be a bigot and it's fine. But to like give up control of the government to a wannabe dictator just because he also doesn't like trans people is insanity. You know? Look, if you want to be right wing, if you want to be conservative, whatever, do your thing. Trump is not a conservative. He probably doesn't even believe in God. He's not godly, yet somehow he fooled all the super religious people to be on his side, which makes no sense because Joe Biden was extremely religious and has like followed. He's like actually acted religious his whole life, but yet you've been fooled to hate him because something. I don't know. And obviously Biden was too old. He shouldn't have ran. I didn't want him to run. I reluctantly voted for him. I didn't vote for him in the primaries. But overall, his policies were fine, you know. Other than Israel, Palestine, I agreed with most of his policies. I just, you know, free Palestine. I just kind of disagree. I never would have voted for McCain. He would have been Bush's third term. No, right guy. I'm just saying there is a reality where the Democrat could have been so bad that McCain I could have voted for in good conscience, because I thought, even if I disagreed with McCain, I still thought he cared about the country. At least Republicans before, even if I totally disagreed with their whole platform, I at least thought they cared about the country and didn't want to just like dismantle the country, which is obviously not where we are now. If we survive the next 20 years, man, I think someone should do a case study on what drugs do to people, because Elon was a relatively normal dude. I don't know if he was ever normal. I think he just wasn't unleashed. I mean, maybe though. Maybe been a little crazy 20 years, but he's literally gone from... For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think he might have been the same guy, just wasn't unleashed though, and now he just feels like he has no barriers. Some form of autism. That's the only explanation. I mean, I feel like that's an excuse. Playbook, whatever you fear is your enemy. Yeah. Always bubble and independent, voting independent. My vote record always says I'm registered Democrat. Really? Did you first sign up for it? I'm registered independent. Cause I don't really like the Democratic Party. They're too what's it called? They just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. They're just too like down the middle of the road, and I want someone to actually enact change. McCain was a reasonable person, so voting him wouldn't be like just voting for a normal human being. Yeah, I mean, I disagreed with McCain on a lot of stuff, but my point is there was a reality where I could have voted for him and not felt like I just handed the country over to garbage that is going to dismantle our country and get us into a trade war with our two neighbors for no reason. For no reason. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah, Democratic parties, the older folks at least are spineless. Yeah, they're, and this is the thing. I'm not like a straight up anti-capitalist, so I don't mind if corporations are corporations if it was reasonable. Like when we had safeguards before Reagan dismantled them. Like I don't mind, light capitalism. It's just the fact that it's unfettered, unregulated capitalism now that's screwing us. And one party is 100% complicit and the other party is just like, let's just figure it out. Like, no, man, listen to Bernie. That's all. All right, let's check my GPU since this is just a test. GPU looks fine. I haven't had any drop frames. Drop frame 0. Everything's working fine now. That's cool. See how stupid this is? Anyways, politically, look, I love everyone. Okay? Everyone's awesome. I want everyone to succeed and be great. DEI doesn't mean you choose unqualified people. It means you choose qualified people that otherwise wouldn't have a chance. And that's why I'm with my history stuff. I'm as honest as I can be. I love Wild West history. You guys know that. I love it, but that doesn't mean it was good history that we should champion either. A lot of it was awful. Awful. People were treated terribly. But anyways, I'm just testing my stream, folks. When we look back, we're really going to find out Reagan was the true. Yeah, no, Reagan ruined this country in a lot of ways. We needed term limits for Congress. I agree. Because it wasn't for Reagan, and term limits for Supreme Court as well. Trump doesn't become rich because Trump becomes rich because of Reagan's. Yeah, I mean, well, Trump would have been rich and then got a lot less rich, but he screwed over people. I don't know. He's been garbage forever. He's always been garbage. Just an embarrassment. Like, I don't know. Someone like Marco Rubio, like, I hate the guy, but like, I didn't think he'd be trying to be a dictator either. And the fact that like Elon is taking over all this stuff is crazy. Elon is such trash. And this is the thing. My mom has a Cybertruck now. She hates Elon. She hates Trump. But my stepdad, who's disabled, can't even drive, wanted a Cybertruck. So he got a Cybertruck. So now my mom drives a Cybertruck. And I'm afraid people are going to like, because I know Cybertrucks have been getting vandalized and stuff. I'm afraid someone's going to vandalize her Cybertruck. And then I'm going to have to catch a case because if anyone messes with my mom, I will kill them without hesitation and deal with the consequences. And that's that. And that's that. Say 2 terms for senators, 4 years for representatives. I think senators could probably do more terms. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that though. 1980s where he's able to literally become a god. Yeah, you're right. I mean, in the 1980s, they removed all the guardrails for the rich people. So the rich people were able to just start screwing us. That's what a lot of people don't realize is this, where we've ended up now did not start with Trump at all. It started actually after FDR, really. Like, the New Deal and all that pissed off the rich people, and they've been at war with the middle class ever since. That was why they in the what was it the 1950s they put "In God We Trust" on the money because they wanted to align themselves with the religious right. And they've been slowly but surely picking apart the New Deal ever since. And Reagan was their big guy. You know, they were able to find a charismatic actor who enacted almost everything they wanted, and that started our slow descent into a capitalistic wasteland. Mom has a Cybertruck now. She hates you? Wait, was that like voice to text? The good thing about Cybertruck Man is that it's bulletproof. I mean, so they say. Look, my mom doesn't like any of them. My mom is a sweet, empathetic person. My mom is the best. She's wonderful. So if anyone mistakenly messes with her, I hope the police are there because they will be much more forgiving than I would. Me and me and my mom took the Cybertruck to see my grandma last week. It's so ridiculous. It's so dumb. It's like we couldn't even figure out how to open the door. It's so dumb. Like what? And then my mom was saying like we feel bad for the kids that died in the Cybertruck. They probably couldn't get the doors open, dude. It's ridiculous. 1977 is when they allowed corporations to be recognized as taxpayers. Yeah. Since 1970, minimum wage has not naturally increased with inflation. Yeah, and corporate profits have soared. Productivity has soared. No, it's just your comment is what I was saying. So it like voice to text what I was saying. I used to, yeah. Dude who blew up a Cybertruck back on New Year's Day looked like it survived relatively well. Yeah, that was crazy. I totally forgot about that, man. Too many things have been going on. Look, I'm worried too because like all the fact that he's getting rid of all the safety barriers, like with the FAA and all that, like why the year I get the Frontier Go Wild pass, now I don't even want to fly. I was reading stuff too. It's like sad. Like Canada is our biggest ally, really. Canada and the UK, and now we're like having a trade war with them for no reason, just because this dude wants to like flex. Freaking coward, man. Look, like I said, I'm inclusive. Everyone's welcome. All walks of life. We can talk it out. We can debate and respect each other. It's just when it comes to Trump, sorry, he's the worst. He's the worst. And I'm not going to pretend, I'm not going to look the other way. Because this is our moment. This is our moment when they talk about, hopefully we can avoid all that, but this is the thing. When people compare Trump to Hitler, they're like, oh, that's ridiculous. Hitler killed 6 million people or whatever. We're not talking about Hitler now, that the way we see him. We're talking about Hitler in the 30s before. He's doing the same exact things. Like I said before, man, watch Hitler and the Nazis on Netflix. Everything Hitler did is what Trump is doing. Everything. Every little move. And I don't think it's even necessarily planned out. I think Trump is just stumbling into it. because just trash people do trash things. And we're all human. We're all very similar. So you put a trash human in position like that, they're going to do trash things. John Madden had a point for being so afraid of flying. I need a John Madden bus. We owe them money when he doesn't understand we're in a trade deficit because we buy more stuff. Now, he's a moron. He doesn't understand how any of it works. I have a huge reading disability, and I understand we don't loan Canada more money. We're in a trade deficit. Oh, yeah. Nah, he's the worst. I vote, right guy, I vote every election. I think since I've been an adult, there's one election I missed, and it was a midterm that there wasn't much going on, and I just forgot about it. I was like, wait, it's election day, and I didn't have time. And luckily it wasn't like anything crazy on the ballot. And in California, for the most part, my vote's pretty safe. But yeah, I vote every election, midterms or not. And I try to tell people how important midterms are. They don't get it because they're like, oh, well, Biden could have did this and he didn't. It's like, no, he couldn't, because we don't have control. And now Republicans have control of everything, so they can pretty much do whatever they want, which is super cool when it comes down to it, right? I don't know. Everything's fine. 0 drop frames. I think we're good. I'm gonna hop off now because yeah, I'm gonna start editing the Ricky video. Thank you guys for hanging out while I was testing, and sorry for the stream dying earlier. I will catch up on all these. I'll catch up on all these other topics. Woodrow Wilson. You know, it's telling. If you guys have seen, you know, when the presidents come in, they'll like redo the Oval Office and some of the paintings around the White House. Trump has 2 pieces of Andrew Jackson art in the Oval Office now. Just go look up Andrew Jackson. Go look him up. You know, Trump is incredibly racist, incredibly bigoted, and you know, if you're, well, I'm in California, but some of the greatest people I've ever met, some of the greatest people I've ever known, some of the people I love and admire more than anyone are undocumented. Hardest working, sweetest, kindest, generous, most generous people on planet Earth. People that I wish everybody was like. I wish our society was filled with people like this. And they're undocumented. Some of the, just, I can't even put into words how great these people are. How much they add to our society. How much they've added to my life personally. And they're undocumented. These are people I absolutely love with all my heart. So regardless of what happens, I mean, I haven't had any encounters with ICE or seen anything like that, but any undocumented people, any people of color, any people, alternative lifestyles, whether gay, trans, whatever, you have a friend, you have an ally in me, and I will have your back regardless. Everybody is welcome. And guess what? If it was the other way around, if people were going at conservatives like they pretend to be victims, but they're not, but if they were victims, if there's people rounding up conservatives, I would defend them too. But the problem is they're doing the rounding up, you know? And there's been some great people I knew that were conservatives too. So, you know, all people deserve basic respect and decency and a good quality of life. And that is basically my political stance. And as much as Trump supporters may piss me off or whatever, I would still never vote to just take away their rights just because I don't like them, you know? Work on Capitol Hill. Oh yeah, Paul, you told me. That's so crazy, man, that you were there. Woodrow Wilson was like openly not dog whistle racist, like racist. Have a good night, editing night. Have a good week. All right, Mark, thanks for checking in. Um, but yeah, look. I'm obviously it's not like a straight up political channel, but I do speak my mind and I do talk about history and stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with that history. And the history of the white man in America is not that great like they try to paint it out to be. And that's just what it is. And as a white guy, I'm gonna be honest about that. And and that doesn't mean I hate white people or anything like that. I don't. I think generally most people are decent people. It's just for some reason some people have been vilified, and undocumented immigrants, mostly from Mexico, but also from other Latin American countries, and just brown folks in general have been vilified, which is nonsense because they're all awesome. Okay, they're awesome. If you're in California and you expose yourself to other cultures, not if you're just living in a bubble, but if you deal with people, undocumented people, they're wonderful people. They really are. They just want a shot. They just want a shot at a decent life, and they work hard and they're kind and they're generous. So yeah, like I said, they'll always have an ally in me, and that's it. I'll see you guys next week. I will try to make sure this is. I will test this again to make sure it's good. And the topics I missed tonight on the actual Sunday night live stream, I will circle back and touch on. And we'll have more to talk about. I'll try to get this Ricky Henderson video out this week. And then I'm still working on the Disneyland videos too. So those will be out soon. And then what I was going to say on the live stream is that I really want to do a lot more history and less sports. And I know the sports are popular. We constantly talk about sports. Everything's sports here. But I really, really want to get back to a lot of history videos. And luckily, I've talked to someone that has helped me in the past with some history stuff. And they've asked me to work on some history stuff on their behalf. And that makes me excited. So I'm going to do more history stuff, especially this point in time with this administration. I think it's more important than ever to talk about history, learn about history, and be honest about history. So that's what I'm going to do. You guys have a good night, have a good week, and I don't know, maybe I'll do an extra live stream this week to touch on those topics. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Fans Fest, March 1st. I will be there with Gamer Athletics. All right.